मर गया क्या? Well, hello everyone. Welcome to the trailer launch of Darlings. Get ready to get sucked right into this dark comedy produced by Red Chillies Entertainment and Eternal Sunshine, which will release on Netflix on the 5th of August. लिख लिया? Date note कर ली सबने? क्या है? 2 इंसानों ने नोट किया, बाकी सब अपने दिल पे ये छप्पा लगाएंगे 5th August का. And since each and every one of you sitting here today is, of course, a darling to me. आपके यहाँ पे आप कोई यहाँ पे अपने darlings के साथ आया है? अच्छा, अभी बहुत darling stage पर आने वाले हैं. Well, I have to say that I'm going to let you into the inside scoop where we discuss not just the trailer but also more about what went into making the film and some behind the scenes chit chat. So are we ready for it? Okay, great! Are we going to wake up this morning? Woo! Okay, I'm on my 6th cup of coffee, so you have to match up with this energy. Well, I have to say 94 cups, that guy. 88, alright. I have to say, when I first heard about Darlings, I initially thought that this is going to be another sweet, romantic story, right? Like when you hear about the title, aapke dimag mein yahi aata hai. But then Darlings is so much more than that. It's thoda dark, thoda comedy. It, like we all love to hear this word, and we totally believe in this one, it's an entire package, and I promise you that. Well, when I saw the trailer, I was just like, excuse me, darlings, ये ना मैंने बिल्कुल भी नहीं expect किया था. I'm sure that when you guys see the teaser right now, you're going to think of the same. So should we have another look at the teaser? All right. Well, I have बहुत बार होगा अभी once more, तो मतलब आपको बहुत बार ट्रेलर टीजर सब देखने को मिलेगा. But I have to say ये जो माथे वाला क्वेश्चन है ना, वो लाइफ का सबसे जरूरी क्वेश्चन है. क्या बोलते हैं? Well, we've seen the teaser, but I guess we'll get closer to solving this mystery only when we watch the movie on the 5th of August. Well, now I can't wait to know more about the movie and how it made its way to my favorite, I have to underline that, favorite streaming platform, Netflix. So without further ado, let's hear the entire story about how it made it all the way to Netflix from the woman herself, Ms. Monica Shergill, Vice President Content for Netflix India. Ladies and gentlemen, huge round of applause. Hi Monica, how are you doing this morning?
Very well.
You look absolutely wonderful, I have to say, and many congratulations. Getting closer and closer to the trailer launch. You know, there's so much we want to know about Netflix. You know, this is something that we all talk about. I just mentioned it's my favorite streaming platform, as it is for everyone else. But today we're talking about Netflix and Darlings. So I just want to know that, what's the one thing that excited you the most about Darlings? When you heard about it and you were like, yes, this is the reason. One amongst the many reasons.
I think there isn't one reason. There are just so many reasons. Very rarely do you come across a film that makes you feel, makes you think, takes you on a ride, you enjoy and hang on to every word that every character in the film says, and you're just so hooked to the plot that you just can't take your eyes off. I think Darlings is that and so much more, and I'm not just saying it, I am so confident that every single person out there is going to absolutely love Darlings. It's deliciously funny, it's wickedly dark, and it's such an important story to tell. I think what attracted me most, that it's such an important, urgent, and absolutely entertaining story that you can find. It's a gem, it's a true gem. I think Jasmeet has written a fabulous script. She's such an incredible new voice. And for Gaurav as producer to really find this gem, for Alia to back it and also produce and act in it, for the wonderful Shefali and Vijay to be on it, and Roshan, like I don't know what's not to love? Really, let's just say it's darlings all the way.
I totally agree. You know, we're going to see the trailer, and I may come back to it because it's underlined somewhere in my head about what you said, that it's got a really important message and a voice. Maybe we can pick it up from there. But what you said was the entire package is great, and of course there's red chilies, which is everybody knows about red chilies, giant, and then we've got the lovely Eternal Sunshine. Again, we've got big players and coming in. The Alia Bhatt is coming on as a producer. So what was your association with red chilies and Eternal Sunshine like? What was it like working with them?
Actually, Red Chilies is, has been one of our first partners in the country. It's a very, very close relationship that Netflix and Red Chilies share. And, for them to bring us the film, it was just such a perfect fit. I think the way we look at it, between Red Chilies as a big studio, Eternal Sunshine as such a meaningful new studio backed by Alia, and for Netflix as a streaming platform which always wants to tell the best stories. Like I feel it's the right combination. It's a great combination. It's been a wonderful journey, all of us together. Really, I'm really feeling so excited. I'm getting gooseflesh thinking it's finally the time to drop the trailer to share with all of you. And in I think about 10 days we'll have the film coming out, and I'm just so eager for everyone to see it. And like I said before, I'm just sure everyone will love it.
That's so great. She said 10 days.
Times I said.
Yes, and you know what? If we were on the subject of numbers, in 10 days is when the film is going to come out. In about 10 days, are we right? And in less than 10 minutes, you're going to be watching the trailer. So, who's not ready?
Everybody.
Good answer! Good answer! I did not want any show of hands on that one. I am so excited about this one. But we were talking about Red Chilies, we're talking about Eternal Sunshine. Next up, to know more about the film, we'd like to call on stage Mr. Venki Mysore, CEO Red Chilies Entertainment. Please put your hands together. Darlings, wasn't that amazing, guys? We loved it, and what a kick-ass trailer. I'm allowed to say kick-ass, I just love that word. Yeah, I wonder why though. The trailer really looks kick-ass, and without further ado, I'd like to call on stage one of the producers today, Mr. Gaurav Verma, producer and COO at Red Chilies Entertainment. Please put your hands together for Gaurav.
Good to be here. Hi everyone.
Many congratulations on this, and I know that we're going to have a long conversation about the film, about your association with Netflix, with Eternal Sunshine. But now that we're on the subject of Eternal Sunshine, is there someone very special you'd like to call on stage?
Yeah, of course. So when we started this journey, I think probably a little under 3 years back, sometime in November of 2019, we narrated the film to her. And she loved it. Loved it to the extent that not just she wanted to act on it, but wanted to take the plunge as a producer. So without any further delay, let me invite my partner producer, someone who has a fabulous creative eye we've seen this journey, that how sharp she is on creative, and actor, co-producer, Alia Bhatt on stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for producer and actor, Alia Bhatt.
Hello everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. आज मैं बहुत excited हूँ, बहुत nervous हूँ, पर क्योंकि I'm not only here as an actor, I'm here as a producer, and I have to thank Gaurav and Red Chilies for being so supportive of this idea and actually pushing me to do this along with you as a producer. So thank you so much.
It is all ours.
Eternal Sunshine Productions है मेरे production house का नाम, boutique production house है. It's still very cute and small, but the symbolism is sunshine. तो मैं आज आपके लिए sun बनकर आई हूँ.
और शाइन तो आप हमेशा ही करती हैं.
I hope.
Yes.
But literally, I've come dressed like the sun for you. I've taken over.
No, as you should. I promise you, between you and me, they rather listen to you than me.
No.
So it's fully fine. No, but you know, Alia, this is great. We have tons of conversations to make over here. We want to know more about the film, the fact that you're a first-time producer, and to many, many more. But most importantly, this film wouldn't have been possible without a really important person. And I'm going to let you do the honors to invite her on stage.
Yes. So, this is Jasmeet K. Reem's first film as a director, and I really want you all to give her a lot of love and the hugest round of applause, because without Jasmeet, none of this would have been possible. Eternal Sunshine may not have happened in the year of 2022 if it wasn't for Jasmeet. So without further ado, I want to bring on our darling director, जिसको मैं director साहब बुलाती हूँ और वो मुझे producer साहब बुलाती है. But director साहब, Jasmeet, please come on stage, and please guys give her a big round of applause.
You heard it from Alia by herself, Jasmeet K. Reem, co-writer and director of Darlings. Many congratulations, Jasmeet. How are you feeling?
Nervous, excited. It's my first film, so it's very, very special. I want to thank Eternal Sunshine and Red Chillies for giving me the freedom to make this film the way I wanted to, and giving me a fantastic cast and to be able to collaborate with. So thank you, and hope we've all made this with a lot of love. Hopefully you will enjoy it.
Well, there's only going to be love and more love and more love pouring in, because there's only talent and more talent and more talent that keeps pouring in on stage today. Yes, I have no words for this one, but powerhouse performer. I know I'm stating the most well-earned cliche in the business, but she's all that and much more, guys. Put your hands together for the one and only Shefali Shah. Welcome, Shefali. You look wonderful, as does everyone else. How are you feeling to be on stage today for Darlings?
First and foremost, hello darlings. I'm so happy to be here to share stage with such amazing people, and just me, Alia, Gaurav, everyone, Netflix, Monica. I mean, this would not have been possible without anyone, and who's going to come and join us soon. So I really hope you all feel as much love for Darlings as we did and we do for it. And thank you for being here. And yeah.
Absolutely. And yes, she cued me into calling our next favorite star. Find a great film and put him in it. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Vijay Verma. True blue actor, true blue. Look at this guy. Absolutely dashing today for many reasons, and I'm hoping that the most important reason is Darlings. How do you feel about being on stage today for such a wonderful film?
I feel very good about this, but at the same time I'm very, very nervous and partly shivering inside these
Why?
layers.
Why? Why are you shivering inside so many layers?
I think I have like a fear of public talking.
Okay. So, I don't
We
know.
can't get rid of the public.
Now if I say something, I sound wrong. If I don't say anything, I sound wrong. So what if I
तुम
give you
करो
a
अपना
hug? Will that be right? No, मैं करूँ अपना. ठीक है, मैं करती हूँ अपना. But बातें तो करनी पड़ेगी.
Yes,
So
I'm
you ready?
ready for that.
Yeah, at some point. But before we get down to the talking, I'd like to call back Monica, Shergill and Venki on stage, please, before we start having a conversation about this wonderful film. Monica, before we let you sit, guys, this may be a really wonderful time for a photo op. Sorry, we can come together for a photo opportunity.
बाद में ना चेयर वेयर निकाल के फोटो करते हैं ना.
जैसे प्रोड्यूसर चाहे. lots and lots of conversations to be had. But firstly and most importantly, Alia, Gaurav, I'd like to start with you. How did this, I mean, no pun intended on the word, but how did this marriage happen between Red Chillies and Eternal Sunshine?
As I said earlier, we narrated this film sometime in 2019, November. I had met Reshma for some other work. I briefed her, okay, we have something that we want to take it to Alia. I briefed her about 2 lines. And by the evening I got a call, okay, we want to know more, this is exciting. And me and Jasmeet went to narrate the film. And by the end of it, I think we could see the excitement throughout the film as the narration progressed. But by the end of it, we just didn't have an actor, but we also had a partner producer. And that's how it started, that's simple.
So, Alia, when he says that, did you already think that you were on the verge of becoming a producer? And were you waiting for that one script, or was it because the script came forward to you and then you were like, okay, now I want to turn producer? Which way was it?
It kind of happened at the same time. Darlings came to me, और जब narration शुरू हुई मैंने सोचा हाँ अभी मतलब देखते कहाँ जा रहा है, because I didn't know what the film was about. I was totally blank slate. And actually 2019 when I met Jasmeet and Gaurav, I had a very packed schedule. But I had this thing I will listen to every script and hear every narration or read every script, because you never know. Cut to the story started. It started like a normal story, normal. Suddenly it just shifted gear and I was like, from here I was here, and I was like that the whole narration, which is, I was like so surprised, and I'm very rarely surprised. So then I was like, okay, 1 second, we have to do this. And then very naturally I was like, okay, listen, I think I would like to be a producer on this as well. And Gaurav at that moment was extremely supportive. He was like, that's a fantastic idea, we must do this together. And then Shahrukh called me and he said, मैं usually co-produce नहीं करता, पर मैं तेरे साथ करूँगा और बहुत मजे करेंगे and it'll be quite good and it'll be one for the memories. And recently he saw the film and he messaged me and he said, in typical Darlings lingo, thanks you Darlings for doing these movies.
So I'm assuming that by the 6th of August, all of us are going to be speaking more in plural.
I hope.
Remember that one, guys. Yeah, all reviews in plurals, which also means many, many stars, guys. Now, and then because we're on the subject of hearing the script for the first time, Jasmeet, I'm going to come to you. What was it like? Like, did you think that, okay, while you were co-writing the film, obviously you've been with the film longer than anyone has. So did you think at that point that, hey, were you writing it hoping that Alia comes on board? Or what was it? Like, how did this happen? Because, it's the first time. Everyone starts and thinks that, hey, we're going to cast Alia Bhatt in a film. But you had it. You got her. And, and she said yes instantly.
No, I just gave my best shot to Alia Bhatt. But when we were writing, I had an idea of a mother-daughter finding their place in this male-dominated world and trying to set the daughter's marriage on track with her husband Hamza, because they love each other, but there's something off with them. And we co-wrote the script, me and Parvez, and I took it to Gaurav because I was writing something else for him. And he liked the script. And then we just took it to Alia.
Liked is an understatement.
Sorry, see again, Gaurav?
Liked is an understatement. So when we got the script, see, Jasmeet and we were working on something existing IP of ours. We wanted to contemporize it.
Yeah.
In the meanwhile, we got the script and we rotated the script around. I read it, Vikram from our team read it, and a couple of us read it. Next day we met in office and he was like, wow, this is something. And that was like, then, it's like probably in 12 hours we decided, okay, this is something that we want to pursue.
So at that point you're like, wow, this is something chalo Alia ko phone karenge.
Of course.
That's great. I mean, that's how great work happens, I mean, that's great. I feel like this everyone's come together in like between 12 and 24 hours. I want to ask, all our other actors that as well. Shefali, when you were given the script, like what was your first and initial reaction when you read it?
I actually didn't take 12 or 24 hours. I think I took around 12 minutes post the narration and reading the script.
Explain to us, what was the room like?
One, I thought I still believe it's one of the best scripts I read. And it's a very poignant story, but it doesn't have a moral of the story, which is always a little harder to digest. It's funny, it's wicked, and the character I play, I mean, it's a genre I've never done before. And the character I play, I mean, I think she's a cracker. And like just said, I mean, there's something, everything totally off with the mother. Yeah.
Sorry, it's totally off with
Yes.
us? With the?
With the mother daughter.
Oh, with the mother daughter,
Yeah.
okay. Guys, okay. And then minute 12 into the script, you were like, yes, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
That's great. I mean, just, this is amazing. Like, I'm so excited to watch the film, just hearing the fact that the narration was this for you. But I also know that Vijay, who's known for his dancing skills and his acting skills, I heard, a little birdie told me that Vijay did a happy dance as soon as he got a call saying, you know, Aarti picture Jasmeet's going to be directing and Alia is going to be producing. So, should we start with a happy dance? Yeah, we should
I
see
want to
it.
see Vijay, please.
Yeah.
We have to.
Was it the moonwalk?
Come on.
ये मीटिंग कब हुई जब तुमने डिसाइड किया कि ये होने वाला
ये
है?
जब आपने हमको बैक स्टेज पे बोला था ना कि नेहा मेरे से सब करवा लेना, डांस मत कराना, so I'm just doing that.
Thanks, करो
Does
darling.
everybody want to see Vijay's happy dance? How he reacted? So he had the script and then he
मैं मर जाऊंगा लेकिन मैं डांस नहीं करूंगा.
Vijay ऐसे ना कर यार.
Only if I'll follow the steps that you do.
Okay, I'll do the moonwalk in 4-inch stiletto.
Chal.
Chal. Well done, no, but more importantly, Vijay, what was your reaction? The moonwalk, of course, is legit. That's his way of saying yes. But apart from that,
So when I read the script, I knew this script is absolutely fabulous. It's unlike, it's radical, it's weird, it's whack, it's electric, it's filled with humor and so many things. But I was very scared to take this part.
why is that?
You will find out. So then I had to take a couple of meetings with just me to understand if I can, whether I will be able to, and what is it that I need to bring in, and what such things happen. And then very gently and very nicely, just me got hold of me and then got me to the film.
Great.
Wow. You know, I think that this one was quite a smart and intelligent process of getting you. And when we see you in the trailer, Vijay, it's like every bit of you, I feel like it like belongs there. You're so good, even in the trailer. I know it's got a much larger message to the film, but as a performer, you look amazing, as always. Ali, I'm just going to ask you, I've been very curious ever since I heard about Eternal Sunshine as a name for your production company. Now, why Eternal Sunshine and who came up with it?
I don't remember. I think I only myself come up with it. कोई है नहीं यहाँ पे credit लेने को तो मैं ही ले लेती हूँ. There is a film called Eternal Sunshine of Spotless Mind, which is one of my favorite movies. But actually, that's not the reason. The reason is I believe movies are eternal. And I love sunshine. Even if you see me on Instagram, because that's the only way people see me right now, if you have to see me, I'm always using the sun emoji. So I love sun, I love the sunshine, and I believe the warmth that the movies and cinema gives us is eternal. So eternal sunshine.
Oh, nice. And you know, we're on the subject of titles. So you know, many different titles must have come up, or was Darlings your first choice, just?
There's a dialogue in the film which came first, and I can't give away spoilers, but there is somebody who calls somebody. Yes, there. So after that, I decided the film should be called Darlings. That's how it happened. There were no other titles before.
And it's great when you see a great teaser and a great trailer, and then you see the wonderful cast. You just know that it fits in completely. Venki, I'm going to just ask you about a little more about, you know, when Gaurav said that you heard about the film right up 12 hours later, you were ready to make the film. So what is, from the point that Alia comes on board as a producer, and of course I know that there's you know, a tick when it comes to her being an actor as well. From there, how do you come along, and then what is the process of getting up to Netflix? How did that happen?
You know, to start with, you know, when the narration was given to us, to the internal team, I think it's fair to say all of us were blown away by just the strength of the story. And then when Gaurav mentioned that, you know, the unanimous view was that it should be Alia. And, the thought for us immediately was, she's so busy, is she going to be aware, all that. And then we were talking with SRK and whatnot. So, I mean, you look at this, the people sitting here, and of course there's a bigger team there as well. This was a no-brainer for us. And it was like, if we can bring this together, it is just unbelievable for us to be able to make it. And it's also consistent, like I made the comment earlier, in terms of some of the direction that Shah Rukh gives us, and the latitude he gives us to be able to diversify and do different types of genres. I mean, he does his own thing, which is great, it takes a life of its own, but we were thrilled with the kind of support that he gave to us and the encouragement for that. And I think the moving parts, as I mentioned to you earlier about what Red Chillies, what we put together in terms of the creative team and the production team and marketing, etc., etc. So it all has come together, so really fingers crossed. Couldn't be happier with where we are today, and kudos to the entire team here.
Absolutely. What's up next for Red Chillies Entertainment?
Well, I think every project that we do really gives us a lot of encouragement and energy to take the next step. There are lots of things in the pipeline. These guys have been really busy, but we really want to enjoy this and take it, as they say, be in the present. So we're trying to be in the present right now.
Yes,
Really enjoy this, and then we'll see. But there's a lot in store.
That's wonderful. Alia, I'm going to just come to you. There are going to be a lot of questions that I'm going to open up from the press later. But as a producer, what's been your hardest day on set, and then what's been your most fun day on set, just as a producer?
On set, I'm only an actor. In fact, sometimes they will be like, we wanted to shoot this film in a very tight schedule. We shot it in 42 days. Also, it was just after the second wave. There was a fear that anything can happen again, and also Shefali's dates and Vijay's dates and all the combination and all of that. So there were days that were overpacked, like you were doing a lot of work in one day, and I was like, "Kya kar rahe ho yaar? Ek aur din use karte hain, thoda sa, move it to tomorrow. We're not being able to get the time to think." And the first lady literally would be like, "You're the producer. You should not be asking for this. Like, just do as much work as you can in one day." And I was like, "No, for me, I'm on set. I'm always an actor, and I don't think that producer thought even came to my mind." But post the film, after we wrapped the film, usually as an actor you move on to your next film and then you're cut off and then you just join in when the film is releasing. I didn't cut, I couldn't cut off. And I consider myself above anything. I don't understand the numbers, but I will always be a creative producer. So I was only involved in the creative part of it, and I had Jasmeet was really lovely, extremely welcoming with my overbearing opinions at times. But we had such a lovely time doing this together, and it's made me learn so much about the movies, and I always had so much respect for every department and everything that goes into making the movie, but I think it's gone even more now because I've literally been there behind the scenes.
Yeah, and what you said about cutting the cord when it comes to finishing a film and then coming back for promotions and attaching yourself again to a film, as opposed to this one, it'll always be yours, and which is, as a producer, it just means so much more. Shefali, Vijay, what was it like? When I see all of you together, powerhouse performers, I said that in your introduction as well. There's nothing that you do which is not 1,000 on 100. And what was the process like? Was it a lot of rehearsals, or you would just go straight into the scene? What was the atmosphere on set like?
So we did a couple of readings, and Jasmeet had spent a lot of time in Baikala. I met somebody who was from there. She got me to meet this person. I just wanted to understand the lingo, and I just wanted to get a feel of it. And I think the similar process happened with Vijay. Of course, he'll tell you how it went with him. And but I'm a spontaneous actor, and I think everyone here is. Also, you can't over-rehearse. That's what I believe. Yes, we do our reading and we block, but then once camera goes on, I think there's just something that happens.
Magic.
It's magic. Completely.
Especially when I see the trailer, it's magic. It's not always magic. when it comes to, sometimes you see something and you know that, okay, this is it. But when the three of you are together, or we haven't mentioned even Roshan Matthew, who's not here today. He's busy and, I'm sure he would have loved to be here, but he's not. Very integral part of the film. But you know that there's magic being created.
Yes, and I have to tell you the atmosphere on set. I mean, there were days we could have wrapped around 2 hours earlier if we didn't laugh so much in between scenes. Because we keep cracking up and then like, Achabi, please, let's do the scene. It was like, Jess was indulging us like children and then she was like, please, let's like get on with it. But a complete blast.
No, it really sounds like it goes from intense to like, understanding the world to then having such a great time and overstaying on the set. Vijay, was it similar for you, or were you like, no, this is Alia, this is Shefali, and I'm going to have a different process here?
No, not really. I mean, we, as Chef said, we really had to come a little prepared to the set, so we know what we're going to do. But we always leave some room for like something might happen. If there is a mistake that happens, and if it is something that we like, we want to keep that. And like that happened a lot on this set. In fact, we did end up cracking up a lot more than we should. And the little process was a little different for me. You can see in the trailer, I have to meet a certain pan, a certain villain, a certain hand.
Vijay was tied up to the chair a lot, so a lot of the time the shot used to get over and we used to all hit up and go and I'd be like, koi mujhe kholo yaar.
No, I really wanted to, but I mean, no spoilers here, so I don't want you to give me any answers you don't want to. But at some point when I saw the trailer, I was feeling bad for you, Vijay, because I was like, बहुत पिटाई हुई है ना?
Yeah, but I got paid for it, guys.
Actually में पिटाई नहीं हुई.
अभी मैं क्या बोलूँ? Get it, it's a good answer. I was going to actually draw an analogy, but I won't. Monica, just from where I see it, and this is great, like between Red Chilies, Eternal Sunshine, there's just me, there's Vijay, Shefali, everybody here. And then to be able to have everyone come together and also encourage a very important and a new voice like just me. It's like, how did that happen and you were like, okay, this is it, I want to do this?
Thanks, Neha. It's a great question because the answer is bursting out of me, literally. I think we are a film crazy country, and I really, sort of feel excited about the fact that on Netflix, globally, films in India are the most watched format of entertainment. So films, Indians watch more films on Netflix globally than any other country. We are always on the lookout for most amazing films. And I think Darlings came to us at a time when we had some really interesting cinema, like really coming on the service. Alia's been, if I may say that, this would be, I can confidently say that, her hat-trick on the service after Gangubai and RRR. Yay! Yes, and the way those two films have gone global on Netflix, because everyone in the far corners of the world, anyone with access to Netflix has, we've seen the way those films have done on the service and the way they've been spoken about. Much of it is on social media also. And when Darlings came and when Gaurav brought it to us, and it's always been a wonderful partnership with Red Chilies and with Gaurav and Venki and with Charok. And when we heard about the film from them, the fact that the script was so amazing and so powerful, like it just takes all the emotions that you can have. It hits you in the right spot. It leaves you feeling. A lot of times films, you've had a journey and you liked it and you move on to the next film. I feel Darlings is that film which you'll enjoy a lot while you're watching and you will carry it with you because of the performance of Alia, Shefali, Vijay, Roshan, who's not here today, but like what a cast, and all the other people in the cast, and the way Jasmeet has directed. I think she's such a special new voice, And as Netflix, we are always looking out for those new voices, and because that is how you can really take good stories and make them into great entertainment for people. So I think that journey is something which we've loved, and I mean all of them sitting here, it's a matter of pride and honor to be collaborating with them on this film.
She's in it, or he's in it, or she's in it. There's also faith as a viewer that you have in all of them.
No, and Shefali, I mean most of you would know, she's a very, very loved artist on the platform. She is Vartika from Delhi Crime. Vijay has done a brilliant season on Netflix, and she. So, I mean, and of course, like I said, Alia, Patrick.
Should we
I'm just going to ask my last question, and you're not going to take each other's name or say darlings or Netflix for that. One word answers, please, before we open it up to the press. We'll start with you, Alia. Who's your darling?
Who's my darling?
Yeah.
I can't take anybody from the...
No chance!
Okay, so the media is my darling. All the paps, number one, and then everybody else.
This Alia and I tell you, okay. Shefali, we'll go with you.
She took my answer.
I mean, this is what I mean. Like they asked me to play a game, and I'm like, yes, सब एक दूसरे को इधर उधर करते रहेंगे. They won't do anything. Good thing we didn't play a game.
हम तीनों की तरफ से एक ही आंसर है. मेरी शेफ है आलिया.
नहीं, मेरा खुद का आंसर है.
अरे
India is my darling.
देखो ऐसे नहीं है विजय. Come on, somebody come up with another.
It's not feeling original.
Yeah. And please don't repeat.
It was original in my
I have a
mind.
feeling Venki's got a great answer. Come on, Venki, come up with it. Who's your darling?
I think it's just me for bringing it to life.
Oh, sweet, but ठीक है. वो disclaimer था पहले में ठीक है.
Broke the rules.
Your turn now.
I'll take it beyond just me. I think the team, we just put it together. We worked through 3 waves, a lot of Zoom calls, and to bring it to this stage. When we were prepping on Zoom calls, which was surprising, and I think a lot of narrations happened on Zoom. And
So Zoom?
The entire team, we just got it together.
Or charger.
The entire team, the production team, the creative team, we had a lot of assistants who have given a lot of time and energy. We shot this film in bubble, so yeah, for them, I think they have values.
Trust is serious, powerful man to give an answer like that, but ठीक है. Monica.
बहुत प्रेशर हो रहा है मुझे गौरव बोलने का, तो इसलिए मैं बोलूँगी गौरव, but also my team at Netflix who has worked with Red Chillies and Eternal Sunshine, I mean day and night, and really thanks to all of them for making the whole promotion thing such, an action-packed and wonderful journey.
Just we'll come to you.
Film and everybody was part of it.
Vijay, have you answered?
Yeah, I think Mr. Shah Rukh Khan is my darling.
Oh, nice! Shefali, we'll go with you. Last but not the least.
Roshan, he's not here,
Okay.
so I can take it very smart. He is
Smart.
a
All right.
complete darling.
Okay, fine, all right, guys. So, I mean, that's me taking you through the trailer of Darlings, the wonderful cast, director, streaming platform, producers, many producers today. Let's have a huge round of applause for each and every one of them. And now we could go, we could open the house out for questions, or if Alia prefers, a photo op, whatever you prefer.
Questions,
And then photo op, okay, in that order. Decided.
Hi Alia, Sana here from Indian Express. Here, hi. Hi, congratulations, what a brave choice to turn producer with Darlings.
Thank you.
On a fun note first, tell me, has anything changed in you as an actor after you turned producer, like something, a practice that you started following or unfollowing?
You gotta love the girl. Look at her.
I'm thinking. I don't think so. No.
It's seamless.
No. As an actor, I will always be... no. Nothing's changed. No.
And now that you've turned a producer, Alia, with a story like this, tell me how important was it to have that female gaze, because this story is so sensitive, and thankfully you had a female director too. But as a producer, what were your inputs to it, and do you think being a producer, the female gaze will come out in your future projects also?
See, I don't understand this male-female gaze. Gaze is gaze. Achhi ya buri, matlab, or correct ya wrong. So, the fact that it is written, Jasmeet and Parvez have together written the script of Darlings, and it's directed by a female director. But I don't think that has anything to do with the fact that the story was still, it's where the stories come from. So that's like the more of the creative gaze. And my gaze is more of just instinctive, the way the audience will enjoy it. So that includes male, female, maybe everything. So, you know, I don't think that has anything to do with it.
Jasmeet, I wanted to ask you, there are very varied characters in the film. Tell us about that, and if you can pick your favorite.
Very tough question.
I cannot. Yeah, it's like choosing between your own children. I cannot pick my favorite characters. I love and adore all of them. I mean, not just Badru, Shamshu, Hamza and Roshan who are here, but the other characters also, so I cannot pick. So I love all of them. Sorry.
Alright, we have our next question right here. Would you like to borrow my mic?
It's okay.
Hello, how are you?
Doubly congratulations.
Double or triple?
Triple. Sorry, triply congratulations.
Specify what?
Yeah, we're also
Because you know, I'm very confused when people say congratulations.
Your marriage, A, and B, you've conceived, God bless you, and turning a producer. Congratulations
Thank
for all
you.
these three. Okay, you know, you have an appetite for taking a risk, be it choosing roles, and this being your first production, turning a producer, you have turned very risky. Has this been inherited from the Bhatts, especially Mahesh ji?
I guess. I think maybe it is in my upbringing to go for something very brave and something different. But I also feel like your first film as an actor chooses you. Somehow my first film as a producer as well has chosen me. It just came to me and it just felt, so it's not like मैंने brave decision लेने की decision ली and then I went seeking for Darlings and I caught it. It came to me, it was a brave script to write and a story to write, and it was just exciting and an honor for me in fact to take it up.
Vijay ji, how was it getting doped by Alia?
तुम भी आलिया से? Okay. How do I answer this seriously?
Don't answer. Seriously. First say I did not hope you.
नहीं, ऐसा हुआ नहीं है कि सच में लगा हो. Both शेफाली and Alia are like good actors हैं. अगर मैं किसी से मार खाता, तो I would only choose these two people in life.
So sweet. That's such a sweet answer, Vijay. Moving on. Next, we have it's wonderful. Oh, yeah. You want my mic? Is there a mic travel?
Hi everyone, I am Swati from the Gwen for saying congratulations, the film. The trailer looks phenomenal and it definitely has everyone's interest. My question is to Gaurav. You know, this feels like a very first for Red Chillies, collaborating with the debut director Jasmeet, who's done a phenomenal job. There's Alia Bhatt, who's done as producer with this one. What was it that made you choose the two of them to kind of collaborate on Very First? And also, what does it look like for the future for the three of you?
You don't choose partners when you try and invest in the idea. If you like that idea, you slowly, gradually start developing it, and the idea keeps choosing partners on the way. See, we can't choose. I mean, if I have a bad film, I can't choose partners. It's a script which dictates, and slowly just meet and Parvez wrote such a beautiful script. We have a dialogue writer, Vijay, who gave such a rounded edge to all the characters. And when we took the film to Alia from, as I said earlier, from that, during that one narration, you could see that shift happening. So it's a first. I think the script chose everyone on this one.
Hi everyone. Congratulations to all of you. I'm Namita Sajdev. Anyone else is asking? Okay. So congratulations to all of you first of all, to all the actors, producer, director, and multiple congratulations to you, Alia. You all look so promising and you're so powerful as an actor, all of you. My question goes to you first, Monica. This genre, like dark comedy, is not much tapped in India. It's untapped, or I can say not much explored in India. So how do you ensure that the audience are going to be interested in this new genre? Is it going to be a risk for you? is the most exciting part, because if you keep doing what you're always doing, you're not going to do anything, try anything different. I think the fact that it is a new genre, it is put together so cleverly, you know, and so delightfully. It doesn't miss a beat, and you know, to have so many powerful voices from the writer, director, from the on-screen performers, from the producer, and then to really marry it with, I feel, and very humbly so, a platform like Netflix, it really is the right combination to be taking to the audience. And I think this is one of those films which is relevant for every audience, not just the Indian audience. It is relevant for every audience member out there across the world. So it is not a risk at all.
Okay, yeah.
Hi, this is Suhail here from Ancient Bollywood. Alia, it's so good to see you, and a big congratulations to you, you know, and the entire team. Then, as the name suggests, eternal sunshine, you're looking like a sunflower, you know, smiling. In fact, like, you know, मुझे बहुत मुझे पूछना था कि you know, रणबीर ने कहा था कि during COVID time उन्होंने कुछ लिखा है, in fact, लेकिन he wished to direct a film, in fact. तो आने वाले दिनों में ऐसे लगता है कि यू नो आलिया भट्ट का प्रोडक्शन हाउस उनको मिलकर आप लोग कुछ करोगे, या यू विल बी एज अ प्रोफेशनल, लेट मी सी द स्क्रिप्ट फर्स्ट एंड देन आई डिसाइड whether I will be covered.
No, listen, it would be great. We did discuss it, in fact, and I actually said if you don't make me produce it, I will be very upset, you know. So if you don't want to take me as an actor, it's totally fine. And he said, no, I need you. I need you. You're a tyrant. I need a tyrant. So as a joke, before anybody else gets whatever. So of course, I will instantly, as I said, I'm a creative producer. So मैं अपने creative inputs writing stage पे दे के produce करूँगी. Hi.
Many congratulations for all the films that Lipika ji and everybody has congratulated you for.
Thank you.
Also, as your first film as producer, how much of an input you had in choosing the rest of the cast and your co-actors?
See, I don't choose. In my opinion, casting should always, first, foremost, last, be the director's prerogative. But if I'm asked for my suggestion, I do give my suggestions. And it was a no-brainer, in my opinion, when I read the script. To me, first, I was like, listen, this is a mother-daughter story. That's what first jumped out to me. So I said, you know, whoever plays the mother is supposed to be very important because she's a young mother. So they've got a very, very interesting dynamic, almost like a friendship. And both Jasmeet and I said, it'll be great if Shefali would be able to do it. And it all worked out perfectly. Similarly, with Vijay, I suggested, I said, what do you think of Vijay? And I didn't know that Jasmeet was already, like in her head, as when she was writing it, she had thought of Vijay. So it all just worked out very, very, very smoothly. And when it came to Roshan, Jasmeet found him, they did a Zoom audition. She showed me his audition as well, and I was totally blown because he performed one of my favorite scenes in the movie, and he was absolutely fantastic. He's so unassuming, he's so brilliant, he's so simple. So yeah, I give inputs when asked, but choosing is not up to me. It's all.
Okay, Alia and Shefali on your right. On your right, here. Yeah.
एक second.
Sure.
Now that you co-produced this movie with Bhatt of Bollywood, Shah Rukh Khan sir, सबका favorite. Was the road just easier having such an experienced person who you also shared screen space with before as a co-producer, or in the initial stages was it also a little intimidating because he's come with this experience?
No, not at all. I mean, like I said, I'm so grateful and thankful. Incidentally, my first film, Student of the Year, also was Red Chillies. You know, Red Chillies was also part of that along with Verma Productions. Similarly, my first film as a producer, I didn't have to think about it. In fact, Gaurav was like, even with Shah Rukh, when he said, you don't worry about it, just have fun and this will be great. And they just like held my hand through the technical producer aspect. And like I said, we shot just after the second wave. So, बहुत सारे COVID protocols हमको follow करने पड़े. We were in a bubble. It was very, very tight. It was very high, high stress at that time. But they just managed it so beautifully so that I could focus as an actor. And like I said, I've learned so much in this whole process.
Okay. On your right, Shefali and Alia. Here. Many congratulations to the team. Alia, triple congratulations to you from Dil Se.
Thank you so much. Thank
Okay, पहला सवाल मेरा शेफाली से रहेगा. शेफाली जी, what do you want to say about this association? मतलब जहाँ पे first we have Delhi Crime, then we have Ajeeb Dastan, now we have Darlings. I know with this, the association with the platform, it has given you a new life as an actor. What do you want to say about it?
I completely agree with you. I mean, Delhi Crime, Netflix, it's actually, like you correctly said, given me a completely new life. And it's been the high point of my career. It's changed the face of my career, and it's been a learning point. And yes, there's DC, then there was Ajeeb Dastan, then there's Darlings, and there's DC again. I love this association, and I'm sure we're going to have a very long living relationship. I totally love it.
Alia, you are a darling of Bollywood and media maybe, because the reason why is that you are one of those fearless person who doesn't shy away giving away your opinions. So first we have Darling, then we have Brahmastra, now Rocky Rani ki and Prem Kahani. Talking about Rocky Rani, your co-star in racing has recently trolled for posing nude on social media. What do you want to say about it?
I'm sorry, I'm getting a little nudged to not take that question unless Alia.
Let Alia with that.
I don't like anything negative said about my favorite Ranveer Singh. तो मैं ये question को मतलब बर्दाश्त भी नहीं कर सकती हूँ. I love him. He'll be eternally a favorite to every one of us actually, and he's given us so much at the movies, so we should only give him love.
Thank you, Alia.
Thank you so much. नहीं, क्योंकि जैसे कि मैंने कहा मैं creative. I think of myself more as a creative producer, but yes, actually before taking this role on and before going signing on Darlings, and I mean we had signed it on, but I just wanted to get more opinions. I gave the script to my father and उनको बहुत अच्छी लगी, and in fact उन्होंने पहले कहा था, and I can actually I wish I had recorded this conversation, क्योंकि 2019 में उन्होंने कहा था pandemic से पहले कि मुझे लगता है तुम्हें ये फिल्म नेटफ्लिक्स पे लेके जानी चाहिए. At that time he had said it. He said, I think it's that kind of film that will do very well on this kind of platform. और मुझे लगता है ये नेटफ्लिक्स फिल्म होनी चाहिए. Very, how my father speaks and all that. So in fact we had discussed it and it all worked out so beautifully. Yeah.
Thank you. And मेरी सोच with web, it opened my head particularly. I mean, yes, I'd watched shows, but DC completely blew me as a show, and then it was on Netflix. So I have nothing but the best sensations for Netflix or for OTT platform. Sensations.
Choice of
feelings
words.
and sensations are coming. Very warm sensations are coming towards OTT platforms and Netflix. So I didn't have any कि कुछ अलग था और कुछ अलग हुआ. I mean, it's only gone beyond imagination. Really, truly. I mean, when DC happened, Vartika happened, I honestly did not have in my wildest dream thought that it's going to become so iconic. The show, the character, all of it, and it has to do
and
with
win an international Emmy.
And to win an international Emmy, and it has to do, a huge part of it has to do with the fact that it was on Netflix and that it reached every corner of the world. So I totally love it. Loves.
I think Vijay wants to add something to that.
Cheeky at that time.
Sena.
I think you became a sensation after Delhi Crimes.
Oh, wordplay. Amazing. Alia.
I have obviously got it late. I was like, "Mujhe pata tha."
Sensation.
No, I knew it.
That was sensational, Vijay.
Sensation.
Can't hear you.
Hello.
जब ये फिल्म को डायरेक्ट टू OTT पे ही लाना है और खासकर नेटफ्लिक्स के साथ, तो ये डिसीजन कैसे लिया था? क्योंकि इसमें आलिया जैसे सुपरस्टार हैं, शेफाली मैम जैसे और विजय जी जैसे पावर पैक्ड एक्टर, तो क्यों ना इसको पहले हम सिनेमाघरों में लाएं, देन OTT में लाएं, या वो क्या डिसीजन? नेटफ्लिक्स के साथ ही इसको
आप किससे पूछ रहे हो?
वेंकी से।
हाँ.
Okay, so no, I think see, as I was mentioning earlier, our outlook is all about partnerships and what is appropriate. And so when we were having the discussion internally, as well as it's funny that Alia just mentioned that what her father had said, Mr. Bhatt said about taking it to, and so that instinct just reinforced our thought process. And internally, when we discussed this, we felt that this type of a film would, with our long-standing partners, would probably be the ideal way for us to deliver it to the audience. So I think that decision became quite easy, and obviously the pandemic had something certainly to do with it, and we had certain types of course correction that we had to do in our whole thought process, but we're just very fortunate, and it's all come together brilliantly.
आलिया, आपसे भी यही सवाल था मेरा, या अमित है
जी जी.
कि मतलब क्या कुछ फिल्में जैसे अंगूबाई है या ब्रह्मास्त्र
जी.
शमशेरा है, वो सिर्फ बड़े पर्दे के लिए हैं पहले, और डार्लिंग जैसे फिल्म पहले डायरेक्ट टू OTT के लिए हैं, या आपका एक क्रिएटिव प्रोड्यूसर का जहन क्या है?
जी, I think Darlings fits perfectly on a platform like Netflix. ये एक intimate watch है. It's not that kind of film that I need to see on the big screen. I can see it in the comfort of my home. I can see it alone. मैं लोगों के साथ में देख सकती हूँ. मैं काम I can do watch it on my way to work. It's that kind of intimate watch. और जैसे कि मोनिका पहले कह रही थी, I believe it has the potential to cut across the diaspora. So on day one, you're reaching so many homes across the globe. और वो एक ऐसी कहानी है जैसे कि हम जब नेटफ्लिक्स पे कंटेंट देखते हैं, कोई कोरियन कंटेंट देख रहा है, कोई स्पेनिश कंटेंट देख रहा है, you're consuming all kinds of content regardless of the language. So that's our hope and dream with the film like Darlings, because जो इसकी सब्जेक्ट है और जिसका मैसेज है, I feel is a very universal message.
Yeah, and if I can just add for a moment here, अगर ये फिल्म थिएटर में भी आती तो ये उतनी ही पावरफुल होती, बट नेटफ्लिक्स पर आने से, स्ट्रीमिंग से, जो जैसे आलिया ने भी बोला, इट कैन रीच such a wide audience because it is that entertainment, it is that power packed script जो सबके लिए universally relevant है. It's a story जो आप कहीं पर भी जाओ, any young couple, any man, any woman, anyone who's sort of experienced marriage and love and seen the shades of it can really relate to this. So it is that story.
Thank you very much, members of the press, media. Thank you. This
He
is
wants to ask
abs-
Jasmeet one
sorry.
question.
Is there somebody else? Yes.
Jasmeet, he has
Yes.
to.
Sorry. Would you like a mic? Huh?
So yeah, film का idea जो पिक्चर वाला
Mic the. So you can take my mic. I got the film का idea. Yeah, I think that's good.
का idea से आया.
जी मैम. Yes. I'm the director, yes.
Are you debuting?
It's my first film.
Very fantastic. How did this idea come about? I am only doing this. Not only the idea. How did the direction come about to you?
Journalists will give me right.
How did direction come about to you? Jasmeet, please give this answer.
No, ये script लिखी गई थी because I wanted to direct it. So I was very clear from the beginning, and I took it to Gaurav, and we took it to Alia, and they had faith in me, and they let me make this film. So yes.
Also, I want to add that Jasmeet has been writing for many, many years, and she's been writing, and she's actually been trying to make a film for how many years? 7, 8 years. So, you know, there's like that patience is this, that she's good, like she's held with it, script all come out of the screen.
There was another script I had written, which I was trying to make, and that was taking time. So I wrote Darlings, and somehow these lovely people came on board.
Great. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully this will be my final thank you, otherwise I can keep repeating.
Photo.
And cast, crew, powerhouse, everything. Producers, partners of Darlings. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting Monica, Shefali, Alia, Jasmeet, Vijay, Gaurav, and Venki. Photo up. Golden moment.